So I want to show a little video of one of my Minecraft creations. Today I'm going to show you the planet Saturn. It's a little planet I made. Nothing too fancy about it other than it has a really cool core on the inside. So I'm going to let it load here. Doesn't usually take too long to load. While it's building, oh, there it goes. Alright, now I'm starting from one of my castles. I call this the Castle Arg. It's a really cool castle. Of course, I'll show that castle one of these days. But first we're going to start with the planet Saturn. I picked this spot because that's a good viewpoint, especially when I have the render distance a little higher. But anyway, we'll fly over to the planet Saturn and take a look at it. Nothing, like I said, too elaborate about it, other than it looks pretty decent in my opinion, obviously, since I made it. I don't build a lot of stuff based on reality. In other words, I don't usually build things that already exist, but something like Saturn that's so cool, I figured I should build because it would be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the outside. I'll show you it from the top. It kind of looks cool when you're right above it. But there you have it. It's got a cool core on the inside. I had to do something a little imaginative to imagine how, something like this would float in its own space on planet Earth, so to speak. And so it has a core that suspends it in air, so to speak. Now, a couple of things I'll give a brief tutorial on how to build your own planet, if you'd like. Simplest way to do it is the way I did it, which is to basically build a giant ball. And so to build a cube, what I did when I built this was I started with a scaffolding. So say your scaffolding is going to be, I'll use the example of 7 because that works out really well. I'll explain in a second. But let's say you have 7 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll make a 7th a different color. Okay, say 7 like that, and then you go out, obviously 7 as well, and do that times, we're going to do this several times and make a 3D scaffolding this way. Now, there's a reason I chose 7 instead of just any other number, and that's where a little math comes into play. And no, I don't usually have to do math when I'm building things on Minecraft, but for this, to build a perfect ball, you're going to want to know a basic equation, and that equation is obviously Pythagoras theorem. But if you're going to build a circle, you can't go 7 blocks this way, and I'll explain why in a second. But the ratio is 1. It's 10 to 14. So for every 10 blocks you go this way, you're going to want to, or for every 14 blocks you go this way, you're going to want to go 10 blocks this way. And again, that's some basic math, but I won't trouble you with the equation other than for every 14, you're going to do 10. So if you do 7, in this case, you're going to do 5, obviously. So counting the center, there'll be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And so you would do that times each. This would be another 4 of these. And it doesn't look like much right now, but if you do that going this way and then also going this way, now This looks super mundane, and it is. I'm not going to lie. But it all makes sense once you get it finished. Okay, there you have it. So there's your scaffolding. You would use that every direction, and you use this every direction. And when you stand above it, you see that that makes a nice circle. Okay, that would be a circle that way. That would be a circle this way. And then what I did was I filled in the spaces. So obviously I did it on a larger scale, and I think the end up product was pretty decent. Planet Saturn. Well, since I'm in this area, I might as well give a sneak peek at maybe some of the next stuff that I'll look at. Obviously, pirate ship right here. Pretty cool. Comes in a couple variations. I even have a flying ship. The Castle Arg, where I started. One of my smaller castles, but still pretty cool castle. It's got a lot of rooms and secret tunnels. What else? While I'm here, I wanted to showcase a couple of my pyramids. Uh, Again, I don't build a lot of stuff based on real. Usually I just use my imagination, like this castle here. But like the planet Saturn, I have two other things, actually two or three other things that are based on real things. Obviously, this being one of them, the Great Pyramid. Nothing too special about it. It's not as big as probably I would make it now. But when I first built this, that was the height. Maximum height of the world. Obviously, been playing for a long time. There's been some updates. There's another cool thing that I built, which is another pyramid. Just wanted to showcase real quickly, which should be around here. Yep, there it is. That's the Mayan pyramid, Chichen Itza. And I built this right after I visited it for the first time. So I've actually been to the real Chichen Itza. And I didn't use any pictures or anything. I just tried to use my memory. So I'd showcase those some other time, maybe show them in a little more detail, and give a brief tutorial on how to build your own pyramid, which should be pretty self-explanatory. But for kicks and giggles, I'll show it anyway. Anyway, that's it for my planet Saturn. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day. I should probably end with Saturn, but there it is. Da, 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 da. And gotta love the low loading time, which if you play on the world as long as I do, and you have as much stuff as I do, you'll probably experience something like that too. Huh? The end.